Today we're diving into some fun facts about Mexico, a country that not only brought the world chocolate, chilies, tacos, tequila, corn, and mariachi music, but is also the most populous Spanish-speaking nation. It's an unmatched cultural kingpin with numerous UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Mexico illuminates our world, not just by being the leading silver producer, but also by its colorful traditional attire and vibrant street food scene and invention of the color TV. Join us as we explore these amazing contributions and characteristics of Mexico. 1. Imagine a massive 10-kilometer-wide meteorite hitting Earth with such force that the entire planet shakes. Massive firestorms burn off vast expanse of land and tsunamis surge across coastlines. To top it all off, sulfuric acid rain poisons the ecosystems, causing dust and debris to cloud the atmosphere. And eventually, a chilly impact winter occurs, blocking out the sun and destroying food chains. Believe it or not, this isn't some prophetic story from the Bible. It actually happened. We're talking about the impact of the comet that hit Earth over 66 million years ago, wiping out everything in sight, including the dinosaurs. But can you guess where that comet actually landed? It's Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. In fact, that massive impact created the Chicxulub crater. And while it centers mostly underwater, you can still spot some of it in Chicxulub Pueblo. 2. Here's a hot-button topic. In Oaxaca, Mexico, there's a third gender called Muxe. They're individuals born male who choose to live or dress as women. Yucatan even hosts an annual 3-day festival, Vela de las Intrépidas, celebrating the Muxe community and crowning a queen for the year. 3. Believe it or not, Atlantis 2.0 may be brewing in Mexico City. Yes, researchers have noticed that the capital city is dropping about 10 inches every year into the depths of the ocean. And with all that water dragging it down, people believe that Mexico City will be at sea level by the year 2050. 4. You might find this weird, but in Mexico, markets serve spiders, grasshoppers, and even scorpions as crunchy snacks for people to add to their dinner plates. And a lot of them swear by these creepy crawly treats. 5. We all have Mexico to thank for adding some color to our lives. Yes, Mexico actually gave us color TV in 1963 through engineer Guillermo González Camarena's invention. This invention first lit up screens with color during the kids' show Paraíso Infantil on Channel 5. 6. Here's a chilling fact. Just south of Mexico City lies the eerie Island of Dolls, or Isla de las Muñecas. Legend says it's haunted by the spirits of young girls, and the island's filled with old, creepy dolls hanging from trees and huts. The story began with Julian Santana Barrera, who lived there alone. After finding a dead girl in a canal with her doll, he hung it up on a tree, starting a tradition to appease her spirit, and today, there are over 1,500 dolls hung on the island. 7. Ever heard of Chichén Itzá? It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world, famous for its pyramid of Kukulkan. Here's the cool part. During the spring and fall equinoxes, the sun casts a shadow that looks like a serpent descending the pyramid steps, eventually touching a stone serpent head right at the bottom of the pyramid steps. 8. Another interesting fact is that Mexico introduced chocolate to Europe. Yep, ancient civilizations like the Olmecs, Aztecs, and Mayans were cocoa pioneers over 3,000 years ago. And thanks to the Spanish conquest, Europe got a taste of chocolatey goodness. Aside from chocolate, they also gave us corn, chili, peanuts, and even avocado. 9. The dentists might not approve of this fact, but it's safe to say that Mexico's actually the Coca-Cola capital, sipping more than anyone else. Some areas actually gulp down a whole 2.2 liters daily. So, If you think you're Coca-Cola's biggest fan, think again. 10. Ever wondered why Chihuahuas are called Chihuahuas? Well, in the 1880s, Mexican merchants sold these tiny pups to border tourists, who then took them back to the US as pets. Without an official name, they simply named them after the region they were found in, Chihuahua. 11. The Chihuahua might be named after a city in Mexico, but it's nothing compared to Mexico's national pup, the Xoloitzcuintli, or Mexican hairless dog. This unique breed's name combines Xolotl, the Aztec god of lightning and death, with Itzcuintli, the Aztec word for dog. Might we add that the Xolo dog has been a symbol of the Day of the Dead, believed to guard spirits in the underworld. 12. The Mexicans love their festivals, and they have thousands of them. The biggest is the Day of the Dead, which happens on the 1st and 2nd of November every year. This lively fest dates back 3,000 years and honors the departed with beautiful altars, tasty food offerings, and beautiful towers. 13. While Egypt may have the throne of fame when it comes to pyramids, Mexico actually has the world's largest pyramids by volume. Don't believe us? Well, there's the Great Pyramid at Cholula, near Puebla, which is even way bigger than Giza, though not as old. 14. If you're an American, you may want to give special thanks to the next Mexican you come across. This is because Mexico actually played a role in inspiring the creation of the USA. Yes, during Mexico's fight for independence from 1810 to 1821, US President Thomas Jefferson was inspired to create an independent republic in North America. 15. Did you know Mexico has more volcanoes than any country in the world? We're talking over 200. And the smallest is Quetzalcoatl, standing proud at just 43 feet near the city of Puebla. It's like a speck of dust next to Hawaii's giant Mauna Loa, which stands at 13,678 feet. Fun fact, it's not even half as tall as the Statue of Liberty. 16. In Mexico, kids don't get their Christmas gifts until January 6th. That's Three Kings Day, or Dia de Reyes. They do this to celebrate and symbolize when the wise men gave Jesus his gifts. But with modernity kicking in, many families have now adopted the culture of giving gifts on December 24th, too. 17. There are actually a lot of Arabic words in Mexican Spanish, and sometimes quite different from Spain's Spanish. Yes, after colonialization, Spain kind of dropped the Arabic influence, but Mexico held on to it. That's why you'll hear unique words like alberca, for pool, almohada, for pillow, and ojalá, or I hope so, or if God wills. 18. In Mexico, artists get a special treatment when it comes to paying taxes. Yes, instead of cash, artists can pay with their artwork, and their masterpieces can be displayed around town instead of gathering dust in a tax office. 19. If there's anything really special and unique about Mexico, it's their food. Get this, it is so special that it's actually a UNESCO-recognized treasure. Corn is the star ingredient, served in countless ways, from soft tortillas to tasty tamales and sweet drinks like atole and champurrado. 20. Speaking of corn, Mexico doesn't just have that one corn in the shade of yellow that we all know. In fact, they actually produce over 59 corn varieties. Plus, local farmers are keeping the tradition alive by saving and sharing seeds and resisting changes from global trade and GMOs. 21. Mexico City actually has the world's second largest subway system, spanning 142 kilometers and serving 182 stations, coming in just after Tokyo's subway. There are also special subway cars just for the ladies. Yes, these men-free zones were created to ensure a super safe space for women, and even kids under 12 are allowed to sit in the same section. 22. If you think Harvard's old, you might want to think again. Mexico has the National Autonomous University of Mexico, which has been standing since 1551. Sure, it had a break during a dictatorship in 1867, but it's been around longer than any Ivy League school. 23. If you ever have the desire to see a giant tamale, then come over to Villahermosa, Mexico. The city whipped up a huge 3-foot, 150-pound tamale, earning it a Guinness World Record. This supersized snack stretched 164 feet and cost over $2,600 to make. 24. Did you know that the North American printing press was first created and used in Mexico City in 1539? In fact, the Casa de la Primera Imprenta de América still stands and is now a cool public exhibit. 25. There's a park right in the heart of Mexico City that's packed to the brim with remains from ages before you existed. Yes, Chapultepec Park, sprawled across 678 hectares, has ancient ruins from the Mesoamerican pre-classical area, and it even seen some US-Mexican war action. 26. Mexico boasts 3 Nobel laureates, each a pioneer in their field. In 1982, diplomat Alfonso Garcia Robles won the Nobel Peace Prize for his crusade against nuclear weapons. Octavio Paz captured the Nobel Literature Prize in 1990 with his profound literary contributions. And in 1995, José Mario Molina earned the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, hailed for his pivotal research on the ozone layer. 27. Mexico has a massive linguistic diversity, with 68 recognized languages. While Spanish is the go-to language for most, there are also 63 other indigenous languages. 28. Guess what? Mexico City has the second most museums in the world, with 170 museums in its name. It's a close call, just behind London's 200. One special one is the National Museum of Anthropology, which has the world's largest collection of ancient Mexican art. 29. Did you know Mexico has 35 UNESCO World Heritage Sites? With its rich culture and history, it's not hard to believe. Out of these, 27 are cultural sites, 6 are natural wonders, and 2 are a mix of both. Fun fact, Mexico City's Historic Center and Xochimilco were the first to make the list back in 1987. 30. This might not be a fun fact, but does Mexico actually have the highest number of endangered species globally? Sadly, over 60% of Mexico's 113 threatened species are on the brink of extinction. These include animals like the vaquita porpoise, leatherback sea turtle, Mexican gray wolf, scarlet macaw, and jaguar. So, which of these facts about Mexico surprised you the most? Tell us about your thoughts in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more.